Hi everyone, welcome back. Presence. I've heard people talk about it a lot in an abstract way, but I didn't find it that helpful. So I'm going to talk about what has been helpful for me regarding presence. So I'll start with the theory. So for someone like me who's dealt with depression and anxiety, these are like depression, often you're focusing on the past, anxiety, you're worried about the future. But it's all happening in the present. So your mind is kind of elsewhere, but your body's here. So that's what I mean. Like that's a lack of presence. So presence itself would be that like you're you're here and now, you are fully listening to what someone's telling you, you're fully engaged. Or if you're doing a task, it's like flow. If you've come across that, like you're in the zone, like everything else melts away, like you're not even really aware of yourself, you're just being, I guess. um, and it's very hard to do this consistently, with so many distractions, like phones and computers and alerts and like the work environment. It's really hard, and that's what I really struggled with. Like people would say, "Oh yeah, be present; it will solve your problems," and I'm like, "Okay, but how?" So here are some of the things that have helped me. So one is actually meditation. Um, it took me a long time to come round to the idea, but uh, I don't do anything that complex. Just sit. I set a timer for 5 minutes. That's it. Maybe eventually I'll increase. And I breathe in through my nose, out through my mouth. Like sometimes I do box breathing, but that's it. And then I focus on the breathing. And if my mind starts wandering somewhere else, if I catch it, then I come back to breathing. And um, over time, it has been helpful because it starts to, I guess, when you're always walking around with earphones in, or like always distracted by your phone, you don't have the focus to listen to your inner voice. So creating that space, I find that later in the day, when there are moments of quiet, I start to get ideas or thoughts, that I wasn't having before, that are useful, like insight into myself. And I think that's been really useful. So that's one thing that's helped. And it doesn't have to be complicated. Like, just start simple. If you want to delve deeper, you can, but just keep it simple in the beginning. And then another thing I've rediscovered is exercise. So for me, is running. Um, I think it's important to choose something that you actually enjoy. Otherwise, you won't keep it up. Um, but I enjoy running because for me, essentially, it is meditation. Um, so I'm focusing on my breath while I run. Um, but I also do something called, that Tom Bilyeu calls thinkitation. So um, like I allow my thoughts to wander and explore ideas or problem solve. I might have a specific thing in mind that I'm trying to work on, and then that will be the thing that I focus on while I'm running, or thinker-tating if I'm doing it more meditation style. Um, so that's another practical thing. Another one is going back to physical books. So I found that with audiobooks, it's great because I can listen while I'm driving. I can read or listen to lots of books over the course of a week or two. Um, but by going back to physical books, you have to be fully present to actually benefit from reading it. So I've really got back into that recently. And then the other thing for me is writing. So when I enjoy writing. So when I get started, like I get lost in it, I get into flow. So I think a key thing is to find things you enjoy, fully immerse yourself in them, give them all of your attention, block out distractions, but also throughout the day, create moments where there's silence, where you're not plugged in to earphones or the TV's on. Like, have moments in the day where it is just you and your thoughts or you and no thoughts. Um, I found that I'm starting to get to know myself much better, and it's helping me deal with a lot of personal problems that come up because I'm starting to understand myself more. And I hope that through what I learn about myself, I can then help other people with similar issues. Now, you're you, so you have your things, your interests, but I definitely encourage you to explore that. Try to find ways to be present. Next time you're having a conversation, like put all the focus on the other person. Like try not to think about what you want to say. Like make it all about them. Um, and it takes training. Like it's gonna take months, maybe years for some people to be able to do it regularly, and it's impossible to be fully present all of the time. But when I increase the amount of presence in my day, I'm much more fulfilled. I'm happier. I'm not worried as much. I don't feel depressed. Like finding ways to be present and create stillness has reduced a lot of problems for me, and I hope it can do the same for you. So, as always, try it out. Let me know. Let me know what works for you. Like, let's have a chat, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.